Greetings all of my tacticians and welcome back to another video from yours truly, Imperator Diaries, the fedora-wearing Reshiram of tactical knowledge. Alright, so as you can see basically on the screen right now, we got ourselves the 2019 VGC Championship regulations for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for 2019. I think I just said 2019 twice now, but in any case, we got some interesting rule sets here. So for starting off, we got the Sun series, which is going to be held from September 4th to January 7th, and it's going to be the same thing as the Moon series, which is what I'll show in a few seconds here. And the thing is about this one, as you can see down there, Z Crystals and Mega Stones are banned. Red Orb and Blue Orb are banned. Rayquaza may not know Dragon Ascent, so Mega Rayquaza banned. Still no sign of seeing all legendaries banned, but you know what? One step at a time, Game Freak. One step at a time. I'm patient. I waited 20 years to get Mew. I'm patient. But in any case, as I said here, it's going to be the same thing for Moon Series. I'm going to click over to that. Once again, big shout out to the person who sent me these, and it's going to be Tucker from my Discord. He says Cerebi uploaded these, so big shout out and thank you to Cerebi as well. Moon Series as well going to be showing off. Similar to the Sun series, but Ultra Necrozma Z is banned as well. So gonna be swapping between the two, as you can see there. Only the Z Crystal Mega Stones, Red Orb and Blue Orb are banned, and Rayquaza no Dragon Ascent. So Mega Rayquaza is banned. In the Moon series, Ultra Necrozma is also banned, or Ultra Necrozma Z move is banned, as well as the Red Orb, Blue Orb, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Stones are banned. But you can use your Z moves, you can use your Z moves, so those are at least allowed. Still no sign of the legendaries being banned, but you know what? Like I said, one step at a time. I got nothing against them. But moving on down to the third section, the Ultra series for 2019 VGC. Everything is allowed, so that's going to be a whole lot of fun. This is going to bring some options out for those of people who are watching. So, those of you who are watching and wondering what's going to be happening in the future for VGC 2019, well, there you go. Now, moving on down to the fourth image. This one is what caught my eye. This is the GS Cup. So I'm like, what is this all about? And I don't see a whole lot on the rules here, but according to this, players may use any of the Pokemon except for the Mythicals and Ash Greninja. So Mews and Arceus, all those crazy Pokemon, they're not allowed. Ash Greninja, also not allowed. I haven't seen an Ash Greninja for a while. But in any case, they may only include, actually they are allowed to include 2 of the restricted Pokemon like Mewtwo, Groudon, and Necrozma on their teams. For the Pokemon games Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and the battle format will be double. So, we're going back to VGC 2016. So, for those of you who hated Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, well, I'm sad to say, but looks like it's time for the reign of the Big Six, as they were called in VGC 2016. The Big Six: Primal Groudon, Xerneas. Let's see, I think Smeargle was on there as well as Talonflame. Let's see, that's 4 of the Big Six. I forget who the other 2 were. Oh yeah, Mega Kangaskhan and Salamence Mega. Oh, just when I thought I was free of that format, now we have to go back to it. However, I have been told by some of my tacticians, especially Groudon Gamer, who told me that Red Orb and Blue Orb are banned, but not based on what I'm seeing here. I'm gonna wait until I see some official rules, like the official rule format or so uploaded by Game Freak, before I actually see what's going on here. But in any case, those of you who are, competitive trainers, you might want to consider getting yourself some legendaries. Might want to consider thinking of the team format. We're gonna be having some fun in 2019. Meanwhile, Impy's going to be trying to still get Pokemon Let's Go EV, but that's another story entirely. In any case, I'll see you tacticians for more shenanigans in the future. Bye-bye. Actually, wait, before I actually go, wait, I got something to show you. Boop! And boop! welcome back once again. I'm just gonna talk to you guys about what I was referring to earlier as the Big Six. Well, in 2016, these were the 6 most common Pokemon, and as well as some of the most common movesets that you'd see on these 6 Pokemon in terms of VGC 2016. A lot of people hated them, but they were also the most consistent out of all the Pokemon that ran through 2016 to get the most consistent wins, with exception to the ones who actually won the VGC 2016 Worlds competition. But in any case, they were Power Herb Xerneas. Sometimes you had different Xerneases, but most common was Power Herb Xerneas with Geomancy into Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast, and Protect to basically just steamroll any Dragon types that wanted to try to do something different. You also ran alongside the Xerneas the Talonflame. That's right, Talonflame back in those days. Talonflame's Gale Wings was by far the most powerful flying Pokemon in all of VGC team. Gale Wings was permanently, or gave a permanent speed or priority boost to all flying type moves. So Talonflame with the Life Orb and the Brave Bird pretty much just wrecked everything as long as it didn't get hit by an Intimidate. And if it did, well, it still has some abilities with the Tailwind, and the Life Orb damage would negate some of the Intimidate. Not all of it, but enough so that Talonflame was still a very major threat. Then, alongside Talonflame, you had Primal Groudon. So, Primal Groudon, everyone, was something that everyone really, really didn't want to face. Alongside Cresselia, by the way. Sometimes you saw Cresselia alongside the Primal Groudon, and this is why I didn't give Primal Groudon any EVs here. Reason why is because it all depended on the team you were running up against, but most common Primal Groudons were, those trained for Trick Room teams. But Primal Groudon's power is so strong that he doesn't need to worry about anything like that. As far as what his moves were run, well, he had the Precipice Blade, the Dragon Claw, Protect, and sometimes you'd see Eruption on Primal Groudon. The reason why is because, if you got the first turn off, if Primal Groudon could go first, he could go for an Eruption safely, and he could deal a massive amount of damage because Eruption goes based on health, not your stats or etc. Then, moving on down the line, in the number 4 slot, we had Mega Kangaskhan. So Mega Kangaskhan's Parental Bond, we had double Fake Out dealing flinch damage and, really powerful normal type damage. That was a lot of damage coming out from a Fake Out, so hitting twice and being able to deal a lot of damage was something that made Mega Kangaskhan really powerful. Also, Mega Kangaskhan back in Generation 6 had Power Up Punch. So not only could you hit your opponent twice for Power Up Punch, but you could also increase your attacking power 2 stages with just one attack. And guess what? That follow-up attack would also get the stat boost as well. So you were hitting a lot of damage with Mega Kangaskhan, and if you had the nerve to let Mega Kangaskhan get even one turn of power-up punch damage, that return would be really dangerous. Really dangerous. Mega Kangaskhan could pretty much KO any Pokemon if it got that power-up punch. And heaven forbid you face a Mega Kangaskhan with Sucker Punch as well as these moves. Sometimes they'd run Protect, but if you saw Sucker Punch on Mega Kangaskhan, you were doomed. You were doomed unless you had some way to counter the priority. And not a lot of people had that. And speaking of which, we have Mega Salamence. So as I said before, Mega Salamence, or when I said with the Talonflame, if it got hit by an Intimidate, well, this is the Pokemon that would usually run the Intimidate. Mega Salamence was one of those Intimidators that could be mixed sets or prioritizing either special or physical attack. The Aerial Aid ability with the Hyper Voice made it very dangerous. With a timid nature, Fire Blast, Draco Meteor, and Hyper Voice, it could avoid the Intimidates altogether, give out an Intimidate before Mega Evolving, and then dealing a whole lot of damage with its ability and powerful moveset. Then, speaking of powerful moveset, it's the one, the only, the Pokemon I've hated since I first saw it in VGC 2016, Dark Void Smeargle. Now, obviously, you can't run Dark Void Smeargle anymore because of, Generation 7, But back in those days, one of the most dangerous things you could see on a Smeargle was a choice scarf with either Fake Out, Follow Me, Dark Void, King Shield. I know the moveset so well I could see it in my nightmares, tacticians. This is the nightmare of all teams. Smeargle doesn't have a lot of speed, but you underestimate that speed with the choice scarf and the fact that it goes for the Dark Void. If it got that Dark Void off, it was pretty much game over unless you could counter it. Unless you go for your own Fake Out, but if they see you going for the Fake Out, they'll go for the Choice Scarf Fake Out, which will be faster than your Fake Out. Like I said, it was just a nightmare. If you think you can get rid of the Smeargle, just avoid the Fake Out, you didn't know if it was also running either running a Choice Scarf or a Focus Sash. If it was running the Focus Sash and it went for Follow Me instead, alongside Power Herb Xerneas, that is just a nightmare, people. That was the nightmare of all VGC teams back in those days. So I hope you guys enjoyed this trip down memory lane as Impy reveals his secret nightmare, as well as why he has an irrational hatred for Smeargle. I'll see you tacticians next video. Bye bye.